Benito van der Pas, 6-5, pushed all the way by the young Dutchman. And then Kim Huybrechts, 6-4. And it should be another tasty encounter, just like the one we saw between Steve Beaton and Simon Whitlock. Russ Bray alongside me in commentary for this one. That was a great match, wasn't it? The first semi-final that you did the calling for.
It certainly was.
And Steve Beaton's through to the final. So,
hey, the golden oldies, eh? The golden oldies. Never bet against the world champion. That's all I can say. You know, it's Steve held it all together. He's been there, seen it, done it, got the kiss me quick hat and everything else that goes with it. You know, so he's not going to be fazed by anybody. But I'm looking forward to this one. James had a good run there. There we are, Mike. Look my way. James had a good run there, coming through. A tough one against Benitez, and he had 3 darts actually to take him out.
Yep, very, very close to winning. It was Benito van der Pas who took out the #1 seed and world #1 Michael van Gerwen earlier in the competition.
He did.
But this former world youth champion Michael Smith up against 7 times major winner James Wade, who's playing very well at the moment, and who knows, maybe having that break, not being involved in the Premier League, that gruelling schedule of 15 weeks up and down the country, maybe that has benefited James Wade coming into these sort of competitions. He may be a bit fresher, a bit more relaxed.
Definitely. I mean, James was on a very, very heavy schedule. There's a lot of work on. And, you know, there is a thing called burnout, which is exactly what can happen. And his management team, Modus, have prevented that. They've helped him on his way there. And not being in the Premier League hasn't done him any harm whatsoever. Matter of fact, it's made it better for him. It's made him more hungry. He will look to certainly do well in the majors. And he's always one of the most dangerous players in any tournament.
Yes, and a few players coming into form going into the World Match Play in Blackpool in a few weeks' time. The draw of that being made over here in Gibraltar at the Bet Victor offices in the morning.
It is, and I'll tell you what, the match play looks to be an absolute festival of, you know, magic darts. There's not going to be, not that there is generally, but there really is not going to be a bad game there, you know, and every game is going to be very, very difficult to predict.
It's always a good week. Great venue, the Winter Gardens, isn't it, in Blackpool. Great venue for darts, and people often take a week's holiday by the seaside to coincide with watching the Arrows.
They do indeed. It really is a seaside party atmosphere with probably some of the best darts in the world, because the darts is match play, similar to this, or same as this. You know, it's you have to win the legs, not by sets. You know, I mean, you can win, you know, 3 sets to 2 and have lost more legs. You know, so it really is man on man. Cracking tournament.
So 13 for tops for a 1-0 lead for Michael Smith. That's a good marker.
Ooh.
Couldn't quite do it, so a chance for an early break for James. 20 and tops.
I like this. Because he won't mind.
20.
Couldn't do it either. So Smith looking at tops.
Tops again.
Well, he's going to have to take those chances, I feel.
Certainly against James. There we go.
Well, a 19 dart opening leg, but it is James Wade who has won it against the throw. And we saw in the first semi-final between Whitlock and Beaton, it took them 3 or 4 legs to really sort of find their range and get the rhythm and get their targets set, and then they were rocking. But
that's right.
And that was a little bit of double trouble from these two in that opening leg, but very early days.
Again, that can come down to, is their 3rd game of the day. You know, you've got to prep, get yourself on a high, and then you've got to relax down in between the games, and then prep and get yourself back up there again. Sometimes you don't just quite get that quite right. It can take a couple of legs into the match to get yourself sorted.
This is only the fourth meeting between these two. Michael leading 2-1 on the head-to-head. The last occasion was a UK Open qualifier in February, which Michael won 6-1 up in Wigan at the last 32 stage. The first meeting was back in 2008 when Michael Smith couldn't have been far out of short trousers, could he, in 2008? But James won that Players' Championship match 3-1 in the first round.
2008, you don't realise how long these kids have been around, and they're still kids, you know. It's that's the scary thing. You'd like to take this out, or at least leave tops, because James is on a very good Shanghai on the on the 20s. Yep, he's left tops. It's a treble, single, double. Here's the treble. There's the single. Ooh. Very nearly.
That double top eluding both of them at the moment. Can Michael Smith do it this time? He's on double 10, which he enjoys hitting. He usually enjoys hitting.
He's had a good throw at some doubles here, and he's missed them. And to be honest, he hasn't really been 100% close. That's a good dart from Jones. He'll be thinking now, I could have possibly have been 2 up, not 2 down. James makes hay while the sun shines. See, Michael's had 7 darts at a double. And that's not good. Oh, 8 darts, actually.
132.
Good opening for James.
93.
Michael took out some big scores against Phil Taylor, a 1-2-4 check out to make it 4-all after Phil had been 3-1 up.
James going here.
136.
And then he hit an 11 darter against Jamie Caven this afternoon on his way to a 6-3 win over the number 12 seed.
The lad can certainly throw darts, that's for sure. Well, former world youth champion, so he'll certainly know what it's like to be up there on the stage, under pressure, under the lights, in the cameras.
105.
Darts from Jones. 167, here we go. Treble 20, treble 19 ball. Treble 20. What's the 19?
99.
May go 18s first. Yep, 60 ball. Bullseye. What a steal this will be. Oh!
103.
Michael's not out of the woods yet. 68. Potentially 2 darts. He's going to have 1. Tops. Got it.
Gets double top that time to stop the rot. It's important for him to get that leg, I think.
Very. There's still a break behind.
100.
You want to get that back early. You don't want to be leaving that towards the end of the game. Short format as it is. I'd like to get that back as quickly as possible because he has the darts in the actual match. So, like we've said all weekend, if you've got that first throw in the very last leg, that helps.
135.
That's good darts from James.
And this game's effectively worth, well, at least $4,000. $4,000 for reaching the semi, 8,000 for reaching the final, and 20,000 if you win it. So a big jump up, and points make prizes, as well as the money, obviously, which is very nice indeed. It all adds to your position on the money list on the Pro Tour Order of Merit, doesn't it?
It certainly does. It certainly does. said in the previous commentary that I done that, you know, the guy up there, he's looking to take your dinner off your table. You know, you got to look at it that way.
Take the food out of your children's mouths.
Exactly. You know, and you're there to feed them. So that's 40, James. 184. Stay there. Yeah, good dart.
100.
That's a great dart.
Yeah, gets him down to a 1-2-4.
Lovely. There's 170, top of the shot. James going to have the first go, 124. Oh dear, 123. He can't go out now. He would have had a chance had he hit the 20 or the treble. 63 left. Might go treble 13.
74.
Okay. Treble 20 ball.
As easy as that.
Yeah, as easy as that. I can talk a good game. Oh,
80.
that would have been to leave tops. 10 for tops.
That was well high, but that was spot on for a 3-1 lead now. Restoring that two-leg advantage. Well, that was just hanging there.
It was, wasn't it? Run up quick and grab it out before it falls out.
Because the player has to retrieve the dart, doesn't he? And the point of the dart has to be touching the board if it's one that's hanging on the other two darts for the score to count.
Two factors. The point must be touching, like you say, Mike. And you must retrieve the dart, it says in the rules. It's funny when you see some of the guys running to make sure they get the dart.
Have you had too many controversial ones where a player has just got to the board as it's dropped out before they've picked it up?
Really, I mean, I've been doing this with the PDC 18 years now, and no, is the truth of that. Everyone's managed to catch it, or it fell out before they got there.
100.
Michael Willing controlling this game. He surprised me there when he likes tops and things like that. He had 82 left there. Treble 14 would have left him tops.
180.
So,
whereas he was looking at the ball to leave the double 16.
Yeah, or maybe you're thinking 25-17 would have been more his route.
59.
Well, he's got a bit of time because James couldn't really put a big dent in that score either.
Oh, double one. Got it.
Oh, wow.
Got it. Just goes to show the pros, they're not worried about what double they're going for. They're all the same size. They've thrown for them all before. They've hit them all before. One fair, James.
And James hits his first ton 80. And back comes Michael. George just checking. It was a ton 40.
Well done, George. Well, both of us got caught out earlier on with the shadow. As you can see that little shadow just there. We got caught out with that earlier on.
140.
Yeah, I did wonder whether Michael Smith might have bust with James Wade still on 194 rather than risking going for that double one, but he did it.
Yeah.
And it paid off.
Yes, that's always another thing to think of, because with double one you've only got one opportunity, and that's hit it. You know, you can't come underneath it or anything. Cracking leg from James here.
Yeah, potential 11 darter.
96.
So one for tops for James. He likes tops for tens. There we go. Lovely marker for James. Ooh, and he come underneath it. Michael's got a little bit to do. He'll want to try and scare James a little bit here.
59.
double top. 2 10s. Yep.
And James knows really that if he keeps doing what he's doing, Michael will get one leg back, and then James will re-establish the 2-leg advantage.
James has James, because he's broken, Michael, all James got to do is hold his throw. Holds his throw, he then cannot lose.
140.
He'll be looking to break Michael again. There's the security. It's in the back of the brain there. The security. He can afford to lose a leg, so to speak. Lovely.
100.
Cat and mouse on this one, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Well, James is down to a finish first, but Michael should be favourite. Lead to treble. Oh, James is now favourite. Swings around just in one. Treble 17. Ball. 4161.
That really would have been a killer blow to go to them 1 leg of victory.
Michael needs this. He needs the treble, and he's missed out on it. Treble 13. He's gone to 17, bro. 5 for double 10, James.
To go to them 1 leg of a place in the final. He's 5-2 up now.
And the throw. And got the throw.
Trying for the match then.
Michael's not really brought his form with him that he's shown in the previous matches.
No, he's enjoyed some high averages, and I mentioned the big scalps that he's taken on the way to get to this semi-final.
The way he's looked there is, there you go, 88 for Michael, 91 for James. That's tidy. That's tidy darts. It's.
I mean, James's average was only 88 to beat Kim Highbreak, so
yeah.
As we were discussing earlier in commentary, the averages don't always tell the story.
Certainly don't. 1 leg of 30 darts can change that.
Like we saw Justin Pipe and Pete Dias, a 32 dart leg yesterday. One player wanted 1, the other one wanted 1 double 1.
That's right.
And, they were having a chuckle on stage by the end because it was just getting a bit farcical.
As James leaves the finish, Michael is a long way back. I think he's destined to his doom, I'm afraid. 164. He won't go out on a bullseye if he has the opportunity to. He may even stay there. Yeah, good boy. That's the way to do it. That really is.
So he can leave his favourite double top. And just a little bit of pressure from Michael Smith, but it may be too little too late. And there you go. James Wade books his place in the final of the Gibraltar Darts Trophy. In around about 15 minutes' time, he'll take on Steve Beaton. And you're calling the final, I know, Russ, and I know you're looking forward to that, to see who comes out on top between James and Steve.
I certainly am, and as I say, 15 minutes, we'll be up on the stage there, and we'll see who the 2014 Gibraltar Darts Trophy champion is.
Well,
looking forward to it.
Thanks for joining us in the commentary box. Really enjoyed your insights this weekend.
Thank you for having me here, and I really appreciate yourself and Dan, of course, for letting me sit in and hopefully give a little bit from my side.
Yeah, it's been good fun. So, grab yourself a glass of something cold, plump up a cushion,